Well, people, guys and girls, well, we entered a new phase in the project. Um, well, what you're looking at now is the subframe, and that's exactly what we will begin to do today. Is putting up the subframe, and as you can see, this is the general idea. The black is the original chassis, and I will put up some vertical and horizontal steel strips to make a subframe to put the rest of the car on. This I started with. I first started up here at the radiator and put on the radiator in this steel strip, and then two steel strips here, and this is the cab that already exists. Well, we can take a look how far we are. As you can see, the radiator I have put in, well, it's quite simple really. I have put it on a steel strip on the chassis, on the original mounting rubbers really. So that was fun that I could use this. And then this is the steel strip to put the body on. And well, I bent it and I welded it. As you can see, this was in fact the first real piece of steel strip that I put on, and it is very important because these strips, here you see the second one, they define the shape of the car. And so before I could start with these strips, making them, I had to define the shape of the car, and that's what I did with all these little wires you see. I've put a lot of wires and rope, I don't know how you call this. Never mind. And well, through that you can imagine how the shape of the body will be. And so all these little wires were a reference for me where I should put the steel strips and what angle. And as you maybe might see, it's not a square design. The angle here is much sharper than the angle there. At the end, there's almost no angle. It's almost 180, and this is much sharper. So, and there is some slope in it, and as you can see, there is, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not a straight rectangular design. There is some kind of, here is thinner and there is wider. See that? That's not because it's so easy. No, it makes it a lot difficult. But I thought it would be nicer to have some kind of it makes the idea of speed, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do. Well, as you can see, I'm on my way already. The way I do this is exactly the same as here in front with this original mounting rubber. I do the same here with new mounting rubbers. I drill a hole and then at the right position, of course. And you can see, maybe you can see even that, this is a question of millimeters, right? So it has to be right. Okay. A lot of measuring, and I hope it will all be correct. I made one mistake. I made one and it was 2 centimeters too short. I threw it away. Well, I can use it again for smaller pieces. But that happens. No big deal. Just make another one that fits. So this one is ready too, the middle one, and the third one I'm making now. But I'm out of steel strip now, so I have to wait to make the other one. That's exactly how I go about. I don't make this out of one piece because it is very difficult to have the exact radius and corners and the exact points, and it is very difficult to make it from one piece, for me at least. And so I make it out of two pieces, and I weld them together in the middle. Then I have some some possibility to make adjustments. And as you can see, now it's a little bit too long, and that's on purpose. And then I will make the other one, and then I cut it at the exact right position. Well, long story short, this is what I will be doing the next days and weeks maybe. It's not very time consuming, and it's not very difficult, but I said it already, the only thing is you have to measure right. And you have to know what you're doing with all these angles and length, and so that is, well, you can see, oh yeah, maybe I can tell you, you can see this red line. This was how I thought that it would be before the idea of not making it rectangular. And when I would have followed this red line, then the angles would be exactly the same over here, over here, over here, and over here. That would be a lot easier to make, but I didn't choose to do that. And it is because maybe I can show you. This is an example of a car. This is the Beast, which has the same angles all around, and it's very rectangular, as you can see. And this is a car that is smaller here and wider there, and there's this is a little bit downwards. This car too, this is not downwards, but this is a lot smaller than around here, and you can see that here is a corner like I do it, and here there isn't, as you can see. So this car more and more serves as my best example to make it, I think. Yeah. Well, you see all the lines, all the ropes, and this, of course, as I said, just for getting an idea where I should put the steel subframe. And well, I told this before, the subframe is just there to put the body on later. And you can see it from the other side, how it's mounted. In fact, very simple, if it's done. But that is with everything. Well, this is, I have to clean it, of course. I just made this weld, it's very dirty. But you can see that it's on the right spot, and I can make the body on this perfectly. There will be also horizontal strips, so I will make them also, of course, because this is really floppy on this, because it's just on rubber, and of course it has to be attached horizontally so that it's very sturdy. Well, so a lot of welding to do, and well, I chose to do this phase at this moment because I want to end the welding before I put in the new fuel lines, put in the fuel, try the engine and things like that. So I will end the welding before that phase. I will not put on the body yet. Of course, that will be the last phase. So now subframe, then putting in fuel lines, brake lines, and electricity, because there's nothing in it right now. It's empty. The car is completely empty regarding to fuel lines, brake lines, and electricity wires. So they have to be put in again, and of course I will use new wire and new lines. But that's of later concern. First, the next few weeks, subframe. See you then.